Welcome to the channel. Please listen to today's news. Great news for Ukraine. The Ukrainian army raised the flag over the liberated Lyman when the Russian soldiers were defeated. Vladimir Putin is on the verge of another startling military defeat as his own troops abandon their positions. The Ukrainian army liberated the city of Lyman. Victorious Ukrainian troops have filmed a video showing Ukraine's flag being hoisted over the outskirts of Lyman in the east of the country. The fast military advance sparked panic, with Russian troops quickly abandoning their posts and fleeing the city. Russia's troops had been surrounded in the eastern stronghold, which is a major logistics and transport hub for Vladimir Putin's forces. By the afternoon of the advance, Russia confirmed that its troops had withdrawn from Lyman to avoid being trapped by Ukraine's army. The Russian Defense Ministry said, in connection with the creation of a threat of encirclement, Allied troops were withdrawn from the settlement of Krasny Lyman to more advantageous lines. The video shows two Ukrainian soldiers on top of an armored car attaching the blue and yellow flag to a sign at the entrance to Lyman. October 1st, we are unfurling our state flag and establishing it on our land. Lyman will be Ukraine, one of the soldiers said. The city's capture would be Ukraine's biggest battlefield gain since a lightning counteroffensive in the northeastern Kharkiv region last month. The capture of the strategic eastern city would mark a humiliating defeat for President Vladimir Putin, just a day after he declared that the region where it lies and 3 others in Ukraine were now part of Russia. Russian military bloggers appear to have confirmed the advance of Ukrainian troops into the suburbs of the city on Saturday. Lyman is in an extremely difficult situation and is actually surrounded by the enemy. Posted one in a pro-Russian Telegram channel. The front of defense has shifted to the city limits. Ukrainian soldiers have come to the outskirts and hang their flags on one of the signs. The RF armed forces continue active attempts to break through the blocking of the enemy and create a stable communication corridor between the Lyman garrison and the main forces, but it is too early to talk about the success of these attempts. The Ukrainian military spokesperson said the capture of Lyman would allow Kiev to advance into the Luhansk region, whose full capture Moscow announced at the beginning of July after weeks of slow, grinding advances. Lyman is important because it is the next step towards the liberation of the Ukrainian Donbass. It is an opportunity to go further to Crimea and Severodonetsk, and it is psychologically very important, he said. The operation around Lyman is still underway and Russian troops are mounting unsuccessful attempts to break out of the encirclement, Cherevati said. Some are surrendering, they have a lot of killed and wounded. But the operation is not yet over, he said. Ukraine's exiled governor of Luhansk said Russian forces had sought safe passage out of the encirclement, but Ukraine rejected the request. The Ukrainian General Staff told Reuters it had no such information. Putin proclaimed the Donbass regions of Donetsk and Luhansk and the southern regions of Kherson